Hello and welcome back finally to the hustle and bustle of Formula One. The F1 2023 World Championship is about to get underway. We cannot wait to get started. Last season saw the biggest raft of regulation changes in years, and we're excited to see more of that wheel-to-wheel racing. The big question is though, can anyone challenge the dominance of Max Verstappen and Red Bull? Well, all the teams have been working so hard to get ahead in the development race, looking not only at their own car, but those of their competitors. Thousands of engineers working hard back at the factory. We come to the racetrack and we focus on the 20 drivers at the pinnacle of motorsport. But it's important to remember this is very much a team game. And watching that technical battle unfold throughout the year will be fascinating as everyone looks to get to grips with these new regulations. Meanwhile, the F1 World Tour features all the classic highlights. Monaco, Silverstone, Singapore. Great to see all those iconic tracks back, but also a few surprises. Qatar is back after a year away, and the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix. The glitz and glamour of Vegas, flat out down the world-famous strip. I know all the drivers have been so excited about this one ever since it was announced. Okay, that is enough from me. Let's get cracking with the action.
Right, here we go then. The formation lap gets underway as the drivers prepare themselves for the first race of a brand new Formula One season. Each driver will be hoping to start this season on a high note. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. behind, you've got P15, P15. Bottas ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Sargent behind, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. 16 laps now until your pit window opens. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. That's Joe just ahead. Push for that position. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:36.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Gap to your teammate ahead is 8.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in second, and the time last lap was a 1:34.1. Dirty air of the car in front, let's get past them. You got P12. Magnussen's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. That's Albon behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 10.6 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 1.8 seconds. We're currently trailing our teammate by 10.8 seconds. Fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:34.0. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Ahead of you, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:35.7. Good job, you're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment. Okay, good work. Great pass. Okay, you're in the top 10. Norris just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:36.6. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. Keep going. gap to your teammate ahead is 12.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in first. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 34.9. Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:36.0. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up. That's 8th place. You're in 8th place. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Norris behind. Our gap behind is 1.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Our gap to first place is 12.9 seconds. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Okay, 47 laps to go. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, Russell's ahead. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 36.4. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. And gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds. Trailing our teammate by 13.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in first. And the time last lap was a 1:35.8. Red Bull driver has the lead. That's P5, you're in P5. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Leclerc is behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 13.6 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. 43 laps to go. from Ocon. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, gap ahead is 2.2 seconds. Alonso ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 2.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1 minute 36.3. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. Okay, safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Understood, copy that. Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Currently sat in 6th. Piastri ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. The distance to the leader is 15.5 seconds. Pit window opens in 19 laps time. 19 laps. Okay, 40 laps to go now. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, clear. Your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. P6, you've got P6. Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 3.5 seconds. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Gap to your teammate ahead is 4.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in first. Your last lap time was a 1:33.1. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Green flag. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Okay, copy that. Okay, you've got P5, P5. Sainz ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 2.1 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. Get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
I think I have damage on the left.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. DRS has been enabled, DRS is now enabled. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 36.3. You're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Okay, Sainz is behind you, and the gap behind us is 1.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car behind has some damage to its front wing, but pace is currently unaffected. Time last lap was a 1:37.0. Currently the fastest lap is a 1:33.1. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. We're currently trailing our teammate by 5.5 seconds. Car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Alonso behind. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 5.3 seconds. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. And 26 laps to go now. Hamilton ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:35.0. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 0.7 a lap. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. Slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum. currently in P3. Hamilton's ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Alonso behind. We're leading the car behind by 1.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 5.3 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. 24 laps to go. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Gap to your teammate ahead is 5.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in first. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 34.8. Hamilton's behind you now, and they've entered the pit lane. Okay, they're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:34.8. And that's Max ahead now. Okay, gap ahead is 4.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 18 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 35.1. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Box and pit confirm, Max. Box, pit confirm.
Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap. That's it, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. That's P5, you're in P5. It's Hamilton ahead, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Alonso behind you now. Okay, gap to the car behind. 3.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 6.7 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. You've got 20 laps left until the end. We're currently trailing our teammate by 6.9 seconds. Ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 3.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:36.4. Fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:33.0. We don't currently have the data for that request. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. Max is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 7.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. And that's Max ahead now. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:33.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. Gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Max is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:33.7. Okay, so you're gaining by around 6/10 a lap. place, you're in second place. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 4.4 seconds. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 4.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go. That's Max ahead now, and gap to the car in front is 4.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 33.5. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Max is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 3.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Your last lap time was a 1:33.5. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, clear. And that's Max ahead now. Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 33.9. We're gaining by around 0.2 per lap. Keep going. Okay, you sat in P2. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Hamilton's behind you now. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 10.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, 7 laps to go. DRS is unavailable. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix. Car behind starting to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. place, you're in second place. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 12.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Tyre condition still looking good. DRS is unavailable. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix. That's Max behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:34.2. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Pack, that's P1. Car behind is Max. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Cookie takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Cookie.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And Red Bull take over as championship leaders. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.